Overtaking Lesson 3, Managing Space in Traffic, City Traffic. Unfamiliar streets, line of sight, restrictions, narrow lanes, and heavy density traffic combine to make driving in cities a more difficult task. Describe how far ahead you should look in city traffic. When driving in the city, look around your vehicle and look ahead 1 block or more. By looking far ahead into your target area to protect your path of travel, you can identify problems early on. Approaching traffic signals. If you are approaching a red traffic light, slow and be ready to stop. By maintaining a following distance of 3 or more seconds, you can identify and predict possible points of conflict. You also will be able to better manage the distance between your vehicle and the vehicle ahead. The truck creates a line of sight restriction ahead because you are tailgating. The view of the road ahead is visible with 3 or more seconds of following distance. If the light is green when you first see it, predict it will change. Watch for the "Don't Walk" pedestrian signal that has started to flash, or a pedestrian countdown signal. The flashing "Don't Walk" signal warns that your green signal is about to turn yellow. Never speed up to get through a green light before the signal changes. You are approaching this intersection. Could you stop before the light turns red? Objective: tell others to cover the brake. Tell how to cover the brake. Covering the brake. To get ready to stop, you need to cover the brake. Take your foot off the accelerator and hold it over the brake pedal. You can cover the brake whenever you sense a possible conflict to help you cut your reaction time and avoid a collision. Be ready for doors to open at the last second. How can covering the brake help in this situation like this? When you cover your brake, make sure not to rest your foot on the brake pedal or ride the brake. Riding your brake causes them to heat up and wear faster. You also confuse drivers around you because your brake lights will be on. To respond to the risk of parked vehicles, cover your brake and move to lane position 2. Watch out for drivers through the windows of parked vehicles. Watch for brake lights, exhaust, and wheels turned out. Lightly tap your horn if needed. Be ready to stop or swerve. While driving past parked vehicles, watch for doors that might open unexpectedly. Why do you think it's a good idea to drive at least 1 car door's width away from parked vehicles? Mass transit. Before pollution and global warming were serious concerns, London was forced to deal with crippling traffic jams in the mid-1800s. The world's first subway system was designed and built in London. Today, subways carry millions of passengers daily in cities around the world. Adjusting speed. Drive with the traffic flow. Stay within the speed limit. Adjust speed and position ahead of time for other drivers who might block your way. How much time do you save by driving 5 miles per hour faster or 10 miles? Is driving faster worth it? Objective. Explain how to select the proper lane for driving. Selecting the best lane. When driving in multiple lane traffic, you will use different lanes at different times. Select the lane with the smallest number of hazards. The left lane is usually for faster traffic. In your street, if your street has multiple lanes going your way, choose the lane where the traffic flow is smoothest. Lane position. Increase your falling distance to more than 3 seconds in heavy traffic. Adjust your speed and lane position as needed to stay out of other drivers' blind spots. Move to other lanes if your front zone closes. Stay in the lane once you start driving. Overtaking and passing. You must be alert for pedestrians, cross traffic signals, and endless number of line-of-sight restrictions. At times, you must decide to overtake or pass a vehicle ahead. It is illegal to pass at intersections or over double yellow center lines. To overtake another vehicle, use a lane changing procedure and drive past the slower moving vehicle. Signal briefly and return to your lane when both headlights of the vehicle you had just passed appear in your rearview mirror. Through traffic should use the center lane to avoid slowdowns and stops. Special driving lanes. To help move rush hour traffic, many cities now have special lanes and buses and carpool drivers, for buses and carpool drivers. High occupancy vehicle lanes help people save time and fuel, reduce pollution, and reduce parking problems. Review. When should you cover your brake? And how would you select the best lane in a city to drive? 14. Lesson 4. Special city situations. By using the IPTA process and the zone control system, you will be ready to adjust to every driving situation ahead of time. Describe the procedure for turning left or right from a one-way street. Driving on two-way streets. Most city roadways are two-way streets with one lane going in each direction. Other streets have two or more lanes going in the same direction. Many city intersections do not have traffic controls. You cannot be sure what other drivers will do as you approach an uncontrolled or blind intersection in which your view of traffic on an intersection road is impeded. Some intersections have special left turn lanes. If you turn left at an uncontrolled intersection, you must yield to oncoming traffic. Driving on one-way streets. One-way streets can move a greater volume of traffic with fewer conflicts than a two-way street. Identify one-way streets. Look to see if a one-way sign is posted, all moving traffic and parked vehicles point in the same direction, broken white lines separate lanes, and traffic sign face the same direction. What two clues identify this is a one-way street? All the cars facing the same direction and the sign. Entering one-way streets. To make a left turn into a one-way street, position your vehicle in the nearest left lane. Make a sharp left turn into the nearest lane going left. If you plan to drive on a one-way street for a distance, try to avoid a lane that is next to the parked vehicles. If a center lane is available, use it to reduce possible conflicts. When you plan to turn, position your vehicle ahead of time. Move into the right or left lane at least one block before you turn. To turn right into a one-way street, turn from the far right lane into the first available right lane. Weaving leaving one-way streets. To turn left, position your vehicle in the far left lane. To turn right, position your vehicle in the far right lane. Complete your turn by entering the nearest lane going your direction. On some one-way streets, the outside lanes may be for turns only. On other one-way streets, you can turn into multiple lanes from more than one lane. Signs and signals will alert you when a one-way street is about to change to a two-way street. To turn left from a one-way street, turn from the far left lane to the first available lane going left. Explain how to warn a driver who is driving the wrong way on a street. Unexpected situations on crowded streets. If you encounter a vehicle heading the wrong way on a one-way street, slow, steer right, sound your horn. If you have time, flash your headlights to warn the other driver. If a vehicle suddenly emerges from an alley, slow down and cover the brake. If necessary, let traffic clear before you move ahead. If you cannot move left, be prepared to stop. When driving on city streets, you should maintain a consistent, orderly vision search pattern. Even though drivers may have a green light, they are required to stop for pedestrians. If you must drive close to parked vehicles, be alert for possible conflicts. At the first sign of a conflict, slow, stop, or move to another lane. Speed bumps, little bumps one must drive over, special islands that force drivers to slow, and traffic circles help to manage traffic. Research has demonstrated that roundabouts can improve traffic flow and cut crashes leading to injuries by up to 75%. Review. What lane should you use when making a right or left turn from a one-way street? What should you do if another driver approaches you from the wrong direction on a one-way street?